If this ugly bill passes and you're like, man, I need to get out, let me explain to you guys. You just can't move abroad and just get a passport. That's not how it works. Most countries just don't hand you a passport just because you're a US citizen. They're not just going to do that. So how it works is once you land in that specific country, some have visa travel, which means maybe you have to apply for a visa online before you get there so you could get your passport stamped. And some have visa-free access. For example, Paraguay, once you land in there, if immigration allows you through, they stamp your card, visa-free as a U.S. citizen, and you get to stay there up to 90 days. If you want to stay longer in the country, you might have to get a visa extension. Some may allow it and some don't. This is going to vary upon the country. What happens if you stay longer? They can fine you. Maybe you like it so much that you say, hey, maybe I want to work on my temporary residency, because temporary residency allows you to stay longer than 30, 60, 90 days. It might be 2 years. It might be a year. And then you might have to renew. The problem is if the country only allows you to stay 90 days and you stay 95. And if it's strict country, that could give you issues if you decide you want to apply for a temporary residency. Because they could be like, you already have this fine, you overstayed, and they might look at you funny. It could be an issue, just depends. So you start working on your temporary residency. Once you get temporary residency, you have to hold it for either 1 to 3 to 5. And then once you hold that temporary residency for that amount of time and you complete whatever requirements that they ask while you're holding it, then you might be eligible to apply for permanent residency. Some countries might have a language test. They might have different tests or things you have to complete in order to get permanent. And some don't even allow permanent. But let's say in this example they do. They allow permanent residency. Now they might say, okay, now you got to hold that card for a year or two. And then once you hold that for that amount of time, then you might be eligible for citizenship, which means you can get a passport. That's how it works. You just don't walk up and you get a passport. So if you want to live somewhere long term, what most people do is they get some type of visa to do so. Either that's a digital nomad visa if that country allows it, or just a regular visa depending on the time frame, or they work on their temporary residency. Those are the common way. A visa or temp residency. That's the way you can stay a little bit longer than the allotted time that they allow you to based upon the country that you hold a passport from. So moving abroad isn't a passport shortcut. It's a long-term game. The only thing that could be a shortcut is if you're doing citizenship by descent. And that's if you're eligible. Not every country does that. Let me know if you have questions. I hope that helps.